Dawn breaks over Filton Airfield. Mist drifts across the tarmac like breath from the sleeping giant that waits in silence. Its silver skin gleams under the first rays of the sun, a creature of metal and dreams, motionless yet alive with purpose. Engineers stand in their coats, coffee cooling in their hands, eyes fixed on the 230-foot wings that stretch beyond imagination. This is the Bristol Brabazon, 130 tons of human daring, the largest aircraft Britain has ever built. The year is 1949. The war has ended, but its echoes still hang heavy in the air. Britain is rebuilding cities, industries, identities. Amid the rubble of austerity, the nation dares to dream again. And the dream is flight. Not the grim, functional flight of bombers and fighters, but something majestic, luxurious, almost romantic. The Brabazon is meant to be that promise made real. Its creators envision a new age of travel, where passengers glide across the Atlantic in velvet seats, sipping champagne, gazing through panoramic windows as clouds roll beneath. It will not merely fly. It will redefine what flight means. For a country struggling to find its post-war footing, the Brabazon is hope with wings. Inside the hangar, hundreds of men have labored for years to bring it to life. The riveters, the designers, the test pilots, each has touched a piece of this colossal puzzle. The aircraft dwarfs them all, yet they stand proud beneath it, as if guardians of something sacred. Outside, crowds gather along the fences. Families, reporters, schoolchildren. They've heard the whispers. A flying ocean liner, they say. Some call it madness, others, genius. But everyone has come to see if Britain's dream can truly leave the ground. At the heart of the project stands test pilot Bill Pegg. Calm, measured, a man who knows the fine line between courage and recklessness. As he climbs the ladder into the cockpit, the crowd falls into a hush. Behind him, co-pilot Walter Gibb checks the controls, every lever, every dial, every heartbeat of this mechanical giant. The engines ignite, one by one. 8 Bristol Centaurus power plants roar to life, their contra-rotating propellers slicing through the morning fog. The ground trembles. The air shudders. And for a fleeting second, every onlooker feels the weight of human ambition pressing against the sky. The tower crackles. Clearance given. Pegg's hand moves forward, throttles open. Slowly, the Brabazon begins to roll, its wheels crushing dew into vapor. It gathers speed, a moving mountain, heavy yet graceful, defying the earth that built it. At 90 knots, the nose rises slightly. The crowd holds its breath. At 110, the wheels lift free, and then it happens. The 130-ton Colossus leaves the ground. Applause erupts, shouts echo across the field. For the first time, the world's largest aircraft is airborne, smooth, steady, astonishingly quiet. It circles Filton once, twice, like a whale breaching above an ocean of clouds. The sunlight flashes across its fuselage, and for a moment Britain believes again. Reporters scribble furiously. Photographers chase the glint of aluminum. Children wave, their eyes wide with wonder. The Brabazon soars, not just an aircraft, but a symbol of what humanity can achieve when it refuses to stop dreaming. Yet even in triumph, shadows linger. The engineers know that size alone doesn't guarantee success. The aircraft's lavish interior, lounges, sleeping quarters, even a cinema, feels decadent in a world still rationing bread. The cost of building just one prototype nearly cripples the company. Airlines, still counting pennies after the war, shake their heads. It is magnificent, but impractical. Back in the control room, the designers watch the flight through binoculars. Some smile, others exchange silent glances. They know this might be the pinnacle, and perhaps the end of something too grand for its time. After 27 minutes in the sky, Pegg brings the aircraft down. The landing is perfect and smooth, assured. Mechanics rush forward as the propellers wind down, their echo fading into the still morning. Pegg steps out of the cockpit, greeted by cheers and applause. Cameras flash. Questions swarm. How did she handle? Someone asks. He smiles faintly. Like a dream, he says. And indeed, that's what she was. A dream. But dreams, however beautiful, often collide with reality. In the months that follow, the Brabazon continues test flights. Engineers tweak, measure, refine. Each sortie is smooth, each report filled with promise. Yet outside the hangar, the world is changing. Jet engines are emerging. Faster, lighter, revolutionary. The Americans are producing the Boeing Stratocruiser. France and Canada are shifting toward more practical airliners. The Brabazon, though breathtaking, is already a relic of yesterday's imagination. Meetings grow tense. Ministers question funding. The press begins to whisper words once unthinkable. Boondoggle, white elephant. Those who once hailed the Colossus now ask whether Britain can afford its own dream. In the quiet offices of the Bristol Aeroplane Company, men who poured their hearts into the project stare at the blueprints that had once promised glory. Every line, every curve, still speaks of perfection, but the world no longer listens. By 1953, the decision is made. The Brabazon program is cancelled. No airline orders it. The prototype, the pride of a nation, stands silent, engines cold, her vast wings gathering dust under a hangar roof built just to house her. There is no ceremony, no farewell flight, no applause this time. Only the echo of footsteps on concrete as the workers walk away. Some cry, others keep their eyes down. For years, this aircraft had been their life. Now it is simply, over months later, demolition crews arrive. The same hangar that once thundered with the birth of an aviation marvel now fills with the wail of cutting torches. Sparks rain down as men slice through the fuselage piece by piece. The Brabazon dies not with a crash but with a sigh, a gentle surrender to inevitability. The sight is heartbreaking. A masterpiece undone by time, and yet, even in death, the Brabazon leaves a shadow, not one of failure, but of wonder. Those who saw it fly never forgot. They spoke of its grace, its stillness in the air, the way it seemed too vast to be real. Children who watched that first flight grew up to design the next generation of aircraft. The Brabazon's technology, its pressurization systems, its materials, its grand ambition, whispered into their imaginations, shaping the future in ways its creators never lived to see. Still, for those who built her, the loss remained personal. On quiet evenings, Bill Pegg would sit with fellow pilots, recalling the day the ground vanished beneath the Brabazon's wheels. "She wanted to fly," he once said softly. And for a while she did. Time moved on. The world of aviation became sleeker, faster, noisier. Jet engines screamed across continents, and the dream of luxury air travel turned into a business of speed and efficiency. But somewhere in the collective memory of British aviation, the Brabazon still glided, serene, dignified, eternal. Today, only fragments remain. A few pieces preserved in museums, photographs in faded albums, the name etched in history books. To most, it is just another experimental failure. But to those who look deeper, it is something far greater. The embodiment of human hope, of the relentless urge to build something magnificent, even when the world says it cannot be done, because that is what the Brabazon truly was. A statement. A declaration that imagination should not bow to practicality, that even in the rubble of war, people could look upward and dare to create beauty. The camera pans across the empty airfield. Wind whistles through grass where the hangar once stood. The sky is clear, vast, and different. But if you listen closely, you can almost hear it, the distant hum of 8 engines, the faint echo of applause, the sigh of a dream that once touched the clouds. For a moment, it feels as if the Brabazon still flies, not in metal, but in memory. Because every age has its dreamers, and every dreamer leaves behind something that refuses to die. The Brabazon may have been too large for its time, too ambitious for its world, but it carried within it the same spirit that built cathedrals, crossed oceans, and reached for the stars, and that spirit still endures, not in the sky, but in the hearts of those who believe that even the impossible deserves its chance to fly. The wind settles. The airfield sleeps again. The Colossus is gone. But the dream still lingers.